So the other day I went out on a date, and let me tell you guys, I'm a bit experienced when it comes to this subject matter because to this point in time I've been out on two, at least 3 dates. 3 dates, and I'll use the German three here for you Inglourious Bastard fans. So I'm a bit of a seasoned veteran, if you will, as far as it comes to relationships with women, if you know what I mean. I hope you guys know what I mean. Anyways, I was online using one of those online dating services, and one of the coolest things about those online dating services is you can pretty much put down any information you want. So I said I was some sort of nuclear physicist or something like that. I don't know. I found some really smart guy's resume from Princeton University online, and I kind of just plugged in his information into my profile, and I started talking to some chick that was really interested and really fascinated in what I do. I mean, I don't know, nuclear physician just doesn't interest me that much. Anyways, I got a girl to talk to me. Her name was Amber. Or was it Sapphire? I don't know. She was named after some sort of inanimate stone. I know, some ridiculous chick name. Anyways, she was so interested in the nuclear physician stuff, and it was great and all because she was really impressed by what nuclear physicians do, and we hit it off right away. I mean, we started talking, and we started talking on the phone, and she asked me questions about my job that I didn't really know anything about, so I'd have to lie my ass off about how atoms combine to make explosions and all sorts of other shit that I really don't have any understanding on. But anyways, to make a long story short, we ended up going out on a date the other night, and I had to pick her up at her mom's place, and I know, it's a bit of a bummer that she still lives with her mom, but I mean, this girl was hot as hell and she had a nice rack, so I don't care. She could be living with her entire family as far as I'm concerned. I'm telling you, the tits were nice. That's pretty much all you need to know. Anyways, I go over and I see her mom, and her mom is gorgeous as well. When I first see her mom, she answers the door and she's like, "Oh, you must be Archfiend. You must be here to pick up Amber, Sapphire, Amethyst," whatever the hell her name was. And I was like, "Yes, I am." And man, very stunning lady, let me tell you. I wouldn't mind getting under the sheets with her, but that's a whole different story. So anyways, I pick up Amber, Amethyst, Sapphire, and we go out on a date, and I was watching a movie the previous night, and it gave me an idea of where I wanted to go for the date on this evening. It was that movie with Robert De Niro where he drives around in a cab all night. He's the cab driver, and he shaves his head and gives himself a mohawk, and he's trying to kill some political figure, and he drives around the cab. Shit! The hell is the name of that movie? It's The Cab Driver. Deer Hunter! Deer Hunter. Anyways, I was watching Deer Hunter starring Robert De Niro, and in the movie, he takes the girl out on a date to one of those, jerk-off theaters, where, Pee Wee Herman got caught jerking off, and you watch the pornographic movies. Well, anyways, that gave me an idea for the date that I wanted to take out Amber, Amethyst, Sapphire to see, and I decided to take her out to a strip club. Now, this was kind of a high-end place. I mean, I don't want you guys thinking I'm a cheap date or anything. I could have taken her to one of those titty bars where all the girls wear G-strings and you don't even get a full shot of their bush or anything like that. Hell no. I took her to one of those hardcore full nudity lap dance palaces. I mean, it was a top-notch place. And anyways, I take her there, and she's kind of stunned, "Oh, what are we doing here? Is there a restaurant next door or something we're going to?" I'm like, "No, this is they got pretty good, wings and fries here. I mean, if you're hungry, we can, order something to eat in there." And I was like, "We're gonna, go into the strip club here." And she's like, "Oh, I guess that's all right." So anyways, she was being kind of irritated. I mean, I'm like, "Dude, this is our first date. Get into the mood of things. Stop being such a prick about things. I'm, taking you out." So anyways, we go into the strip club, and I'm having a great time because, a lot of my favorite dancers were performing that night. So, I was in a good mood. And, just to be nice to her, I got one of my favorite dancers who just happens to have some of the biggest, fullest set of tits in that place, and just a really gorgeous girl. I mean, they're ridiculously fake, but anyways, that's besides the point. I decided to buy her for the evening to give Amber, Sapphire, Amethyst a lap dance, and I thought it was a good thing. I was like, we took her over to the couch, and then, my favorite girl with the big ass double D tits comes over, and she says, "Hey, I hear you want a lap dance." And Amber Amethyst Sapphire is like, oh no, I'm really not, you know, into this, and like she kind of like, you know, pushes the stripper away, and I'm like, the hell was that shit? I just bought her to come over here. These lap dances aren't free. Like, that was one of the premium price girls. Like, if we would have went out to dinner, like, and I bought her a steak dinner, she'd have been like, oh no, I don't like steak. This is disgusting. I don't want to eat this. I mean, what a pricky bitch. Anyways, I was, you know, a bit depressed with that because the damn stripper isn't going to give me my money back. I mean, once you hand the money over to a stripper, it's gone. I could have, you know, saved my money, and I could have got the one-armed stripper to come over and give her a lap dance because she charges 25% off since she has a missing limb. But no, I got one of the, you know, strippers with all their limbs to come over and get a lap dance. Anyways, Amber Amethyst Sapphire is having, like, you know, piss of a time there. She's not enjoying it, but, you know, I don't care. It doesn't stop me from going to one of the champagne rooms and, you know, getting the girls there, the strippers, to grind up on me and have a good time. You know, I was there, you know, to take in what you're supposed to do there. So, I mean, what the hell? I'm not going to waste the night just because Amber Amethyst Sapphire isn't interested in what's going on. Anyways, I just, you know, let her ass sit at the bar and just, like, you know, drink club sodas all night. I mean, she didn't even drink alcohol. What a lame bitch. So anyways, we stayed at the strip club for at least 8 hours, and I ended up, you know, taking her home. And when we got home, her mom was still awake. It was like 4 or 5 in the morning. And we get home, and her mom answers the door, and she's like, oh, hi, did you guys have a good time last night? And I was like, yeah, Mrs. Amber Amethyst Sapphire, we did have a good time. And the mom asked me, you know, do you want to come in and have something to eat? And I was like, well, yeah, actually, I was pretty hungry because, you know, getting, you know, lap dance after lap dance does tend up to build up your hunger, if you know what I mean, in more ways than one. Haha. So anyways, she invites me and her daughter in the house, and well, I guess you don't really invite the daughter, she already lives there, but anyways, we go in the house, and the mom says, okay, well, I'm going to go in the kitchen and get some cookies. And she says, Amber Amethyst Sapphire, why don't you come on in with me? And I'm just like, oh, great, I like cookies. I mean, who doesn't like cookies? Everyone's a fan of cookies. So, you know, they're in there for a few minutes, and they say, Archfiend, come on in the kitchen. We got some cookies for you. And I go in the kitchen, and there's the mom and the daughter standing there butt naked, and then I had sex with both of them. True story. I think I'm just going to go to the gym now and work on my guns. Who am I kidding? I'm too lazy. I'm just going to sit here and eat a box of Thin Mints.